This is a big stock up, like a very big stock up right now.
10 bags of chips for $1.89. Okay, so I want to go ahead and replenish our snacks. My son does like the ranch, so I will grab a couple of those. But let's see here. So 1, 2. We have been out of ketchup for so long. I've just gradually been picking up like big bottles like this. Okay, for 85 cents, I'm going to go ahead and get 12 count of black beans. So this is really cool. For $2.19, they have something new. It says new right here. I'm going to go ahead and get one of these. Ooh, that wore me out. So we've got.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my full house. So we are here at Aldi's at the moment, as you can see right there, and it is pretty busy. So I am definitely going to do my best to film and take you guys in and show you what I'm purchasing and take you along on that journey. However, I do take in consideration who is surrounding me because I don't think everybody wants to be filmed, and they are also trying to do their shopping. So again, I will do my very best to take you guys along and show you what I'm purchasing. So we're gonna head in. We have to get quite a bit of stuff today. This is a big stock up, like a very big stock up right now. So yeah, we're gonna be getting a lot. We're gonna get 2 carts, maybe a third one. It just depends. We are low on quite a bit of things on the shelf, so I need to just go ahead and replenish all that. So if you're interested, keep watching. Let's go.
We got some umbrellas over here and some gardening things. So the umbrella is $34.99, and then they also have some flowering shrubs for $9.99. So they got some neat things, some pots, some soil. Opposite side they have, see, a jumbo microfiber flip mop. And then they also have some folding chairs for $39.99. That's actually a really good deal. Black and cream. Fire pit for $50, and then a wooded potting bench for $23.99. Yep. Okay, so for $2.59, I'm gonna go ahead and get these Fuji apple freeze, or dried fruit, let's put it that way. We're gonna go ahead and get some strawberry and apple dried fruit. I think they prefer the apple more than the strawberry, so we're gonna get quite a few of these because these are just some yummy treats they can have until I can buy myself my own freeze dryer. So just grab quite a few of those. Let's see, we have 2, so that's 5, and then we'll do 2 strawberry. Okay, alrighty, so now we need to get some taco chips and just some normal chips. So we'll grab a whole case of these chips right here, and these are for, let's see if I can move it. I think it's $1. I think it's $1.89, just like those right there. So we're gonna go ahead and get a whole case of those. So 10 bags of chips for $1.89. Okay, so I want to go ahead and replenish our snacks. So this is a good snack for the kids. The other chips are more for like lunch and things like that. These ones right here, I don't mind if they snack on these throughout the day. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a box, and they prefer more of the veggie ones. My son does like the ranch, so I will grab a couple of those. But let's see here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so we're going to do 12 veggie straws. All right, for, let's see, $3.99. Some of my kids really do like the summer sausage, not the garlic one. just the normal summer sausage. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab a few of these. Okay, so we're gonna do a whole thing of blueberry bagels for $1.95. And then for $1.95, we're also gonna go ahead and do a whole box of the plain. And then we also got a whole box of this bread right here for $2.85. Okay, so we're gonna get like 6 or 7 of these loaves. They're deli bread for sandwiches, which is awesome. It's very convenient. The kids love it too. It's like their own little personal sub. So $2.49, they're on sale. We're gonna go ahead and grab quite a few of these. All right, so I'm gonna get a whole box of pretzels for $1.99 a piece. We have been out of ketchup for so long. I've just gradually been picking up like big bottles like this at the grocery store in town, but I prefer getting this organic for $2.15. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab a whole case of that. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and grab 1 case of each of the fruit. So we're gonna get 1 case that has 12 count for $1.29 of the mandarin oranges, 1 case of the fruit cocktail, and then 1 case of peaches and 1 case of the pears. So we're gonna go ahead and do that real quick too. Okay, for 85 cents, I'm gonna go ahead and get 12 count of black beans. So this is really cool. For $2.19, they have something new. It says new right here. This is ketchup, but they have different temperatures of heat. So you've got your mild, medium, and hot. So there's your medium. I haven't found a mild. Pretty cool. And then they also have some new sauces. So garlic hot sauce, avocado, sweet and spicy, and then like a different, I'm not sure. I don't eat hot sauce. My husband likes hot sauce. But yeah, so lots of new seasonings. You could put this on some chicken. Let's see what else. Kansas City barbecue, smooth and zingy. Texas style barbecue, sweet and smoky. That sounds good. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get one of these. They also have some different seasonings down here that you could put on chicken as well. So if you're interested and you're going to your Aldi's, $3.29. These are all new. Here's some new salad kits for $2.49. Some new baked beans for $1.99. Or actually, I don't think those are new. They tricked me. They added that. And then they've got some pickles here as well for $3.29. Some different mayo. Light. Real, and they've got your spicy mayo, and then they also have some different dressings. That looks good. And then hot ranch, and then they also have another one over here. It's like hot honey ranch, so that's cool. And then they have new, it's hot honey cornbread for $1.99. Ooh, that wore me out. So we've got everything loaded in. It's pretty heavy this time because of all the cans. Very windy out today too. And then we've got a couple bags with stuff in there. And then we've got our bread over here, and then everything in the back is totally filled. So we're gonna go ahead and get in the van now. All right, guys, when we made it back out, we got a lot of amazing things. Spent over $600 here at Aldi's today. However, I was a little disappointed with some of the people inside. You know, I think we're gonna have that anywhere we go. This isn't a Costco, and I'm aware of that, but where we live, we are allowed to stock up this way. There is no rules. And I didn't take everything off the shelves. Disclaimer, they just restocked. It was very full, as you guys could see. However, I was just very disappointed in a couple people that were in there. I know it's a very busy day, so that's why I try to be respectful of like recording and different things as well. But I think we can all say that we need to show more kindness in this world. And so I encourage you to go out today and show some kindness to some people, because you never know who you're truly gonna bless. All right, so I made it back home. I've got a lot of hungry kids. We've got some kids getting on to school.
So I'm going to show you what we're going to eat for lunch today.
All right, so normally on a busy day like this, we've got a lot of kids and they're hungry. She's okay, she can wear them. We're not going nowhere right now. Busy at Aldi, so I never went back inside to get like the rest of the stuff we needed, which is fine. So I'll go another day. But I did go ahead and buy some tomatoes at our local grocery store, a head of lettuce. And then we also got some like pre-packaged lunch meat, which is wonderful. So we've already made a couple sandwiches. So this is what one looks like. We've got Kobe Jack cheese, ham, the salami, a tomato, some mayo, lettuce, and some other items. So anyways, these kids are hungry. So at the moment, I've got a little sweet boy sleeping on me. And so instead of laying him down, like I've mentioned before in my last video, sometimes it's just easier if I hold the baby while they take a nap, and at least they're a little bit more rested. And it also gives me a moment to kind of just snuggle, because you know how quick those little times go where eventually they don't want you to snuggle as much. So I'm going to hold him, and then I'll give you guys that haul in just a little bit. So he's so cute. Look at him. Just sleeping. Happy as can be. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and snuggle him while the rest of them are playing. So, and then also he stays asleep a little bit better in the thick of the noise rather than me laying him down. So they're all just playing. It's drizzling outside, so I don't think we'll make it to a park today. Okay guys, so it's much later in the evening. We've had a very full day. We have a lot of kids that have energy, and unfortunately we were not able to get to a park where we could get some of that out, or just even outside in our backyard because it was raining. But I was able to go to another Aldi's, and I finished my shopping, thankfully, so that was a blessing. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this camera around and show you everything I picked up while my dinner is cooking upstairs. And that way there's a few things I've got to finish up my dinner tonight. I'm going to make cucumber salad. All that is I cut up the cucumbers real small, and I mix some sour cream with salt and pepper, and it's so good. Tonight I am making chicken casserole, and I'll take you guys upstairs when I'm all done to show you what we're eating, but haven't made this in a while, so I'm excited. The house smells amazing. So all right, without further ado, I'm going to turn this camera around and show you everything I picked up. I spent well over $1,000. Okay, so while my little ones are upstairs playing, and I got a couple older ones helping out with that too, I'm gonna go ahead and get started and show you what we got going on. So we've got this spiral ham now at Aldi's. They are on sale right now, so that's a huge blessing, because when I got up there, they're like, oh, it's only 16 something. So they are, I think, 40% off, I want to say. I'm not sure, but they are on sale. So I'm excited to cook this up on Easter. So instead of putting that in my freezer like I normally would do, I'm going to leave that in my refrigerator, and then I'll cook that Sunday morning. I picked up 8 of these sausages. I'm going to put them all in the freezer except one I'll put upstairs and one downstairs. We have 2 refrigerators. So I like to do that. I like to just have one in each space, and then the rest will just go in the freezer. That way they don't go bad. And my plan with these are right over here. We picked up 12 of these biscuits, jumbo flaky biscuits. Now I will be cooking one of these tonight because we are having chicken casserole, and I think that would be really yummy to have on the side as well. But the rest will be just for biscuits and gravy. And then I went ahead and I also got some zucchini. I'm excited to have that. I love chopping it up really small and making a skillet. So that is my plan with these. So I'm super excited to have that. The last time I had it, it was delicious. I love cutting up them real tiny, and like sweet potatoes or potatoes and onions and sausage and bacon. And then we also have mushrooms. So that's the plan with the zucchini. And then I also got 2 bags of whole carrots. I plan on going to Costco hopefully in a few days, and I want to get a couple roast. I wanted to check them out there. I might even get like a pork roast. I'm not sure yet. But regardless, these were on sale as well. They have quite a few things on sale at Aldi's, so you need to go check it out. They've got amazing new things too, as well, as we saw at the beginning of the video. Then over here, Southwest chopped salad kit. This is one of my favorites. I love having something like this on hand when I need a quick lunch, and I can have some like tuna or something like that with this. So that's what those are for. And then 2 things of mushrooms. Again, I'm going to cook this up with the skillet with the zucchini. And then we'll even top it with some of these green onions. But the green onions will serve for many things. I love the taste of these. I love them on my tacos. And then I also plan on making that Sunday Funday dip. I'll put it on top of my skillet. We're going to make scrambled eggs this coming week. And then I also want to just put them in a cup and let them keep growing. So I used to do that and I kind of got away from that. So I like to go back to doing that. It's fun. The kids enjoy it. They love waking up and like, oh my God, look how much it grew, Mom. So that's fun for that too. Okay, and so I also got 1 thing of onions. Now, I did want to pick up the purple ones, but they just did not look good. So I just got some normal onions, and we'll dice those up and saute them, again, as a skillet or chili, many things. I love the smell of onions and the taste of them, so I'm happy I have those. We ran out, so 1 thing of spinach leaves. This is just going to be mainly for smoothies. I like to put a handful in and have a green smoothie, so I've gotten away from that. Some kids enjoy it. My husband does, and then again, some kids don't, so they'll just have like a mango smoothie with bananas and protein powder or something like that. 12 things of cucumbers. So happy to have these. Yeah, they weren't looking the greatest, and so I just stopped for a while, but now they're looking really good. So this has 12 of the cucumbers. I believe they were 95 cents, so that's a really good deal just for 1 cucumber. We can use anywhere between 2 to 4 in 1 meal, depending on if my husband's home and also depending on like what we're eating. But tonight I'm just probably going to use about 2, and I'm going to make this cucumber salad. Some kids like it and some don't, but yeah. 4 things of strawberries. These I love to dice really small, again, to just have in like oatmeal. So good. So that's the plan for these guys. Just 4 of those. These were $4.99 each. 5 bags of apples. They have one upstairs. They're getting a little hungry. So I figured just give them an apple for now. So 4 of the Gale apples, and those will just go in our fridge. 1 bag will go upstairs with the bananas. 2 bags of cuties and 1 bag of oranges. Again, 1 of these will go upstairs. The other one will go in the fridge. I'll probably just take a couple oranges out and then put the rest in the fridge. So that's kind of how we go about that. 4 bundles of bananas. We already have a couple bundles that I picked up from our local grocery store, so that will be good. The kids have been like lowering their wants for bananas, and that's totally fine. So just a few this time, not a big box. We still have some in our freezers for smoothies, so just a little fill-in. 1 bag of lemons. I love this in water, so does my husband, and we also like to make like warm water with lemon, like a little tea with some paprika, and honey is another one with like pepper, I think he also does. So 2 watermelons. These are seedless watermelons. I believe these were $6.99 a piece, so not a terrible price, but I won't cut into these for a few days, so probably by Easter we'll have one. 2 bags of potatoes. So I just needed to restock that. 12 of this bread we like. I just wanted to stock up on this again with not doing as much sourdough. I've seen the gap that I need to fill. So I wanted to go ahead and stock up and make sure we had plenty bread. So in case there's days where I, again, cannot get back on the bandwagon of doing sourdough, we are A-okay. Because I like to use this for French toast. We like it for sandwiches and just things like that. And we ran out. So 12 of those. Okay, and then I picked up 6 of the blueberry bagels. Again, we'll put 1 on the shelf down here and then 1 upstairs, and the rest will go into the freezer. 6 of the plain bagels. Again, we'll do the same thing. 1 on the shelf down here and 1 upstairs, and the rest in the freezer. And then I needed to go ahead and stock up on our vinegar, so I picked up 4 of the vinegar from Aldi's. I wanted to get it at Costco. It was a better deal, I believe, at Costco, and you get a bigger quantity, but you know, you got to do what you got to do sometimes. Sometimes it's just easier to just get it while you're there. So 4 of those, and we use those mainly for cleaning and laundry. And then I'm going to get to the other stuff in a second over there. But for now, we got 1 thing of heavy whipping cream. Again, with that bag of potatoes, I wanted to make some different soups this coming week because I plan on, again, getting back on making my sourdough. And some of the kids are like, can you make that potato soup? So I'm planning on doing that. And there's another soup I got this for, and I can't remember right off the top of my head, but I'm sure we'll film it or show you guys another time. Half and half. I have my caramel macchiato creamer, but I wanted to also just have half and half on hand for when I do homemade iced coffees. Sometimes I don't want all that sugar. I just really want that bitter taste. So this will come in handy for that. 4 gallons of whole milk, 14. There is no limit, you guys. Woohoo! There's no limit on the eggs. Praise the Lord. So these were still pretty expensive, but I'm thankful that I can buy it. So I got 14 of the 12 dozen, and some of our kids are like not wanting eggs. Some still love them, and we also bake with them. So that's what these are going to be for the coming weeks. 8 things of cream cheese. You only see 7 because I already used one on our mashed potatoes I made for this evening for dinner. And then these will go into the refrigerator. I made the mistake one time and I put cream cheese in the freezer. Well, I found out really quick you can't do that. Unless you're like baking with it, I guess that would be totally fine, but it changes the texture of it. 6 things of Kobe Jack cheese. This will be for the Lunchables for the coming weeks as well. And then I went ahead and got like a whole case. There are 12 in here of these jumbo blueberries. So I also have some yogurt upstairs. The kids love blueberries, so we'll use this in our oatmeal. So whatever we don't get to, I will freeze. But in the meantime, they will eat them fresh. So that will be really helpful for lunches, breakfast, snacking. 6 things of sour cream. 1 is missing because I needed that for my chicken casserole tonight. So I used half of it, but I'll show you guys that in a little bit. Okay, we're back at the ham. All right, I'm going to take you over here Okay, now. And then I also picked up 1 thing of Italian bread. I thought this would be delicious to have with like spaghetti. And then 1 thing of sourdough bread. I know. Don't look, you guys, but seriously, I have been not able to do sourdough. It's just been cray-cray over here. Literally, it's been so busy. I don't even know how. It's been this busy, but it's happening. And so Mama has not been able to make her sourdough. I've been feeding it, but that's about it. So hopefully this coming week, with having all the groceries and everything, hopefully some things can slow down and I can get back on the bandwagon. 2 things, actually we had 3 of these. Cinnamon raisin, my daughter requested it. We haven't had the cinnamon raisin one in a while, so she snagged one of those, and they already had some of that earlier when I got home when I first did the first haul. So 1 is missing, 3 bags of cinnamon raisin bagels. Okay, so we're gonna dive into all of that over here. So down below here, we have pretzels. Again, I needed to just replenish our snacks. So that's mainly this little section here. So we have pretzels like this, stick pretzels, and then we also have the mini twist pretzels. So my kids like both, so I went ahead and just grabbed both, and I grabbed it in a whole case. So there's 12 in this whole case. And then they also have the wavy potato chips. We had 10 in here. We already used 1 for our lunch earlier when I got home. And then I also wanted to get veggie straws. So we got the plain, the sea salt, and then we also picked up the ranch ones. So 4 of those and 6 of the sea salt. Then up here, we have some yellow corn tortilla chips. This is the organic kind. I like to use this when I make our Nacho Fridays or just eating them with our tacos. And then I also picked up a dip today when I went to my local grocery store. So that's what I'm using it for this evening as like a little mama treat. So there are, let's see how many, 12. So there are 12 before it falls over on me. But yeah, so this will last more than 2 weeks for sure. Okay, so then over here, I went ahead and I picked up 6 of these no sugar added applesauces. These have lasted us actually quite a while. I can't remember. You guys have to let me know if you remember the last time I bought these in a haul. But we just now ran out of them. So that's good. And then I also picked up, these are like one of the kids' favorite things, the little ones, I should say. Older ones do eat them too, but it's really nice because they have 3 different flavors. So apple, no sugar added, apple strawberry, and apple banana. I feel like that's like one of the kids' favorites is the apple banana. But yeah, so there's 12 in here, and these were $6.99, I believe, a piece. So I picked up 8 of them just to restock our snack pantry as well. Okay, and then I also picked up 12 of these cans of diced tomatoes. We don't go through these as quick. Sometimes I forget to even add it because I'm just such in a hurry sometimes. But we normally use these with our spaghetti and chili for the most part. There's been a couple recipes that I needed it for, so that was great to also have in hand. So I guess I didn't need as many, but it's so nice just to have what you need on hand, right? And then I went ahead and I picked up 12 of these chunky salsas. This is mild. We go through these really fast with making that Sunday fun day dip. I could easily use 2 sometimes with how big I make it. And then we use them just for snacking and for tacos. That's pretty much it. And then I also, on the bottom here, I picked up 12 of these salsa medium cheese. These are so good. I love these. It's great for snacking again. They're great for toppings. So that's mainly what we use those for. And then down below here, underneath the applesauce, okay, so down here, I picked up, as you can see, woo, oh my goodness, a whole case of this organic tomato ketchup. I like having this on hand. We had ran out very quickly, so I'm not sure what we were eating ketchup with so much, but the kids love it, and we like this flavor the most out of like all the brands. So I got that. I'm happy to have that back on my shelf as well. Okay, and then I also picked up one of these mixed fruit blackberry gels. This is mainly for Boone, just for times that I need something for him. So that's what that's for. 4 things of mayo right here. Hopefully, eventually, I will make my own mayo. That is like a plan I would really love to get to. But for the meantime, I'm buying mayo. So 4 of those. And then this is a new sauce they have, Texas style barbecue sauce. It's sweet and smoky. Sounded so good. So I'm going to try that on some chicken or even pork in my crock pot this coming week. 2 things of ranch. We just need to stock up on that. Barbecue sauce. Again, we need to stock up on that. So 4 of those. And then this is like one of my kids' favorite things with Lunchables, the summer sausage. So I picked up 7 of these. These were $3.99. And then these freeze-dried Fuji apples weren't the best of deal. However, my kids do enjoy these. So I did pick up, let's see, 5 here. There's 1 missing. So 6 of those and 2 strawberries. They like that also, just dried. So that's what that's for, just more snacking. Okay, and then over here, I went ahead. I know I got all those nacho chips over there. But I actually enjoy this one for the most part. Some kids like this too, so I just picked up 2 this time. And then we also picked up this deli rolls. I did have 6 here. We used 2 today for our lunch. But this is nice to have as an option. I don't think I'll throw these into the freezer just because they seem a little bit more challenging to freeze. Whereas that bread's a lot more easier once it is defrosted to use again. So we're just going to eat these up within the next few days. These Clubhouse crackers, I picked up 10 of those. These are just for our Lunchables. Same with these Ritz crackers. We only picked up 9. So this is going to last well over a month, and that's the goal. I don't totally enjoy going out to the grocery store every other week to every 2 weeks. I would love to just go once a month. Sometimes that works for our family with our budget, and sometimes it just doesn't. And then up here, we went ahead and we stocked up on a lot of canned goods over here. So right here, we have 12 of the mandarin orange. And then we also have 12 of the fruit cocktail, 12 peach, and 12 pear. There we go. So 12 pear. And then over here, I went ahead and I picked up 24 of the corn. So this is one of my kids' favorite. We use it in our tacos. We use it just for a side. So that's like their favorite, the corn. 12 cans of sliced carrots and 24 cans of green beans. We are missing 5 because we're going to use that tonight for tonight's dinner. Okay, and more canned goods. Woohoo! So we are getting ahead of the game. I am just thanking the Lord for that. So we've got 12 cans of black beans. We use that a lot for chili and a lot for tacos. Down here, we have some great northern beans, so 12 of those. And then 12 more of the chickpeas. So that is it from Aldi's. So all from Aldi's. That's it. So thankful to put this all back on my shelf. And I'm going to go ahead and show you my shelves too. All right, so here's a little before. We've got some tidying up to do. And I'm gonna go ahead and restock this. And here's the other one. So just a little tidying up to do. And then I'll show you the after. All right, and here is the before of the refrigerator. And then I will show you the after. Huh?
Look, we're all superheroes.
Oh my goodness, what are you guys doing?
We're playing superheroes.
You're playing? Are you getting hungry?
Yeah, we are.
You are? Oh, I got the water running. I gotta shut that off. You're not hungry yet?
Yeah.
Well, I've got yummy food.
What is it?
Well, this is cucumber salad.
Cucumber salad.
Yeah, I just made it. Does that look good?
No, we never tried it in a long time.
It's been a while since I've made this. You're right.
Yeah, we had it 10 hours ago. Like, cucumber now.
And then I've got mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes.
And then we've got green beans. Okay, so for tonight's dinner, we have cranberry sauce for a side. We have cucumber salad. We've got green beans back there, mashed potatoes, and then my homemade chicken casserole. And then we also have biscuits in the oven. So have you guys ever had chicken casserole? Let me know in the comments below. This was like a big thing my mom would cook for us. It's just shredded chicken, cream and mushroom soup, and then also a little bit of sour cream mixed all on the bottom, stovetop stuffing all on the top. So good, so easy, very flavorful. So this brings back lots of memories as a child. So we're gonna go ahead and start eating our dinner. All right, so here is tonight's dinner. Yummy.